Part of the spiritual journey means that sometimes you will come and encounter things that you really don't understand, and you have to discern and you have to have faith. Sometimes it's just very difficult and doubt enters in. Faith is a certitude. It's a certitude that you understand and you just know. And when it comes to belief in God, faith is referred to as trusting and believing that which is taught or what you know in the truths of the church. So when you are first baptized, you start growing up, and hopefully you have faith. You go to church, you believe in God, you say your prayers, you believe God's answering your prayers, and you take it for granted. As you get older, doubts might start coming into the picture, and that's when it gets to be a little challenge. If you don't have a prayer life already, it's going to be really difficult, and you're going to have to face more challenges with doubt, and you might have to do a little bit more prayer, talking to people, etc. But what happens when you reach a level in your prayer life and you have this conversion grace where you see yourself in God's presence, and you know with more than just certitude, you have an actual experience of God, which is grace, but it's more of an experience. And during that time, you go, wow, God is real. I never knew God was really real. This is so cool. And you're so sure of it. It's the greatest experience, and you feel so blessed. But as the days go by, you start going, did I understand that right? Did I understand that right? Did I really experience God? And then perhaps you'll tell somebody and they'll go, yeah, right. What were you on, right? They don't believe because they maybe haven't felt it. Or if they do, maybe they'll believe because they felt it, and who are you that God would give you something like that? And doubt starts to gnaw at you, and the devil really loves that, because then he can come in and give you 1,000 excuses of why you were wrong. Or he'll just make you forget it. And then pretty soon you're going around and you're doing your usual just on faith, or maybe you're straying a little bit from your faith. Doubt isn't necessarily bad because it gets you to ask questions sometimes that you need. It's a mover, right? However, when doubt starts clouding your mind and you start questioning your prayer life and everything that maybe you had discerned before accurately, and surely if you have something that's so different, you should discern it, and you don't just believe everything right off the bat. You do think about it, right? You pray on it. But when you reach a point where it's starting to affect your belief in God again, then you need to really go in and maybe get some spiritual guidance and see where you're at. Because you're not always going to have that felt experience of God, and it can't get so bad that it starts affecting your faith. Sometimes you just go back to just believing, and in your mind you go, okay, I had an experience, and that has to last you. But the other thing that's more dangerous with doubt is when you have a prayer life and you're starting to have these graces come, and you're starting to maybe have some mystical experiences, and you're just overwhelmed by it. And then the devil goes, what? Ha, you? No way. No way are you getting graces, because, like St. Teresa of Avila, St. John of the Cross, yeah, well, they did because they were really good. But you're not holy. And look at all your sins. You're supposed to be in union with God, but how can you be in union with God when you're such a sinner? And the devil will put doubt after doubt after doubt. And if that's not enough, people around you, maybe they'll start seeing maybe some changes in your attitude, and maybe you go into adoration, maybe you're going to Mass. One time I was going to daily Mass, and I had been working and I hadn't had a chance to, so I had a chance to go to daily Mass, and somebody saw me one morning at church, and she goes, wow, is everything okay with you? And I said, yeah, why? And she says, because I see you going to Mass all the time, and I just figured something was wrong. Why? Because I was going to daily Mass, and I'm not the type of person to go to daily Mass. And you could doubt yourself and say, wow, I must, maybe I don't get this, right? And it made you feel kind of like, wow. Or somebody say something, and it'll make you feel like you're out there, and somebody say, oh, you're just such a saint, and they try and make you belittle you. And so you start doubting, well, yeah, maybe I'm not that. And then the devil would love to just when you're having doubt, he loves to put little things in people's minds to make you doubt even more. The doubt that you are unworthy, you're an unworthy servant to receive God's love is the biggest lie around, because we need God's love. It's because we need God's love that we have God's love. We are a work in progress. And no matter where you are on that prayer chain, that level, you're going to need God, and you're going to have doubts, and you always need to go back to God and say, I accept your love. I accept your love because you made me and you love me, and that's what you want for everyone. Doubt can kill your prayer life if it's not arrested soon enough. Sometimes you have to go back to pure faith, but you can't walk away. And I would suggest, if you're having doubts, don't just talk about it to anybody, because chances are they're not going to give you the right answer. They're going to have a prejudice against who you are, who they know you are. This is a time when you really seek out somebody who's trained in the spiritual direction area, and do the best you can to get whoever it is. There aren't a lot of spiritual directors trained in mystical theology or even the prayer that you have with these mystical type graces or contemplative graces. But seek one out. If you can't, go online and read some of the, to go to some of these sites that have a really, really good spiritual direction, and make sure they're Catholic and not New Age, because believe me, the advice you get will be totally different. One will really affect you in a way you don't want and lead you away from Christ, and the other one will lead you closer to union with God. Doubt helps you if you use it to question and to make sure you're on the right track. But once doubt starts tearing you down, and it's a personal thing, like you're not worthy, I'm going to tell you that's a big lie, and not to believe it. Don't doubt yourself. And especially never doubt God. God bless you.